Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kat, and today I am doing my June wrap-up minus romance because I have just read too much to put in one video. So today I'm talking about 10 books, 2 of which were DNFs, and 8 which I read all the way through, and 1 of which goes in my best of 2020. So today I am ranking from least favorite to most favorite. First one I want to talk about is probably a little controversial. This is Little and Lion by Brandy Colbert. So we're following a main character who goes back home from university to spend time with her family, and her brother had been diagnosed with bipolar disorder, and that was being portrayed quite well, like the struggle within the family. Problem is that this has a love triangle where the bi character just can't decide between a guy and a girl. Not to mention, she has a girl at university who she's like emotionally cheating on. So I was like, love triangles, hate them. Bi love triangles where one is a man and one is a woman, hate them. And emotional cheating, hate it. So I just was getting more mad the longer I read this, and I was like, not today, no thanks. And next up is one that I really hated DNFing because I thought it sounded amazing. And this is Man Tiger by Eka Kurniawan, who is an Indonesian writer, and this is the first book I read from Indonesia that has been translated. So, oh my gosh, where do I start? The beginning was amazing. Okay, our main character, he lives in a small village, and some men can harbor female white tiger spirits within them. And one day he loses his absolute shit and rips the throat out of this like guy in the village, and I was like, yes, yes. Tell me more. But then the author in the next chapter rewound everything by a week. And then we see the same week through different characters' points of view. And I was like, what are we doing? Why are we here? Why? I'm so bored and I can't make myself read it. Like, I just don't care. So, oh well. I'm gonna donate it. It will be fine. I'm just disappointed. I'm not mad. Speaking of letdown, one of the books that I read for Queer Blackathon is House of Whispers Volume 1. This is in the Sandman universe. This was written by Nalo Hopkinson. And holy banana sandwich, when I was in the library and saw this first page, I was like, oh my god, I need to read this. Isn't that just stunning? However, the reason that I gave it 2 stars is because, one, queer rep. So one of the storylines has a lesbian couple trying to basically get the evil spirits out of their loved ones, and then they're cursed themselves. So 1 star for queer rep, the other star for the gorgeous art style, and then minus 3 stars for the abomination of a messy plot. I have no idea what happened, and I should have DNF'd it, but I was like, it's short, I'll go through, but it was like slogging through mud. So now we're getting to books that I would actually recommend, and this is Strike Your Heart by Amelie Nothomb, which is translated from the French by Alison Anderson. So this one follows a super toxic mother-daughter relationship. So we follow a mother named Diane who really likes all the attention on her. When she marries the most handsome guy in town, they have like the perfect life, everyone envies them. She just is like eating it up. And then she gets pregnant and she has the daughter, and suddenly her husband gives all the attention to the daughter, not her. And then she despises her own daughter. And it changes to the point of view of the daughter throughout the book, and how the daughter deals with such a cold relationship with her mother, and then also with other family members and friends and coworkers. There is a surprise twist ending to this, which I thought was just done so interestingly. I think that it's nice to read just really nasty, selfish characters sometimes, and the mother in this is an absolute piece of work. So if that sounds at all up your alley, I really do recommend it. So next up is another 3.5 star book. This is Giovannis Room by James Baldwin. This is another one that I read for Queer Blackathon. This one, honestly, made me so mad when I was reading it, but it has stuck with me a lot. So we're following a main character who's living in Paris, and he just basically got engaged when his fiancée decides to go travel and decide if she really wants to go through with the wedding. And he falls for this local bartender, and man, is their relationship like toxic, fraught with difficulty. the main character is like pushing him away, pulling him closer, they're struggling with money issues. This just was so complex of a story in such a small book. There are a lot of things in here that I hated, such as the male gaze on women specifically is atrocious. The female characters are so annoying. How the main character treats his love interest is basically an abomination to like love in general. And then it has a super depressing ending. So like, cheers. But I couldn't stop thinking about this, and I still think about this novel. So as much as I didn't like the reading experience, I think it's actually a novel that I quite think is impactful on me overall, if that makes sense. Yeah, so I do recommend it, but with a lot of warnings that it's not going to be like a story where you're like, oh, that's such a good love story. I don't even know if they should be together. I don't really ship them together. The ship sailed. It's nice to watch a ship sail. You know what I mean? Even if it hits like an iceberg and sinks. Yeah. So that's Giovanni's Room. Okay, so now we're entering the 4-star realm, and I want to talk about A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, which I buddy read with Jordaline. This one is following a young woman who, for her senior project in high school, decides that she is going to investigate this murder that happened in the town 5 years ago. It was really fast-paced, easy to sink my teeth into, really short chapters. So if you like YA thriller mystery, this could be a great one for you. For me, it did what it said on the tin, but nothing special. So another 4-star I want to bring to your attention is The Black Flamingo by Dean Atta. So this follows Dean Atta's life from childhood up until about university, when he gets into the drag scene. So I just thought that this was so touching, and so many of the things that he struggled with were just done so beautifully through the verse. I really liked how Dean Atta talked about the drag scene in his university. When I first was talking about this book, I said that Dean Atta became a drag queen, but he didn't. He just liked to dress in drag, and he didn't identify as a queen, which I didn't know was, I mean, I guess I knew it was possible, but I thought you either became a queen or a king. So this opened up a whole new kind of space in between where people can just dress as drag, but then not identify in one of those camps. So that's something really great I learned from this book, and I highly, highly recommend it. Okay, so my next 4-star read is super bloody and gory, and it's Kin. Jordaline actually sent me this for, I think, Christmas last year, so I was really glad to finally get around to it. And so you're following a main character who is the sole survivor of this like cannibalistic family, and she survives and gets out. And then it says she's going to go and get revenge, which, you know, a few other characters are going for revenge as well. So I was expecting this book to be gory, but this absolutely surpassed expectations. Like, there was one scene where I was like, oh my god, gross. And then like the rebirth scene. The reason it gets 4 stars for me is because the first 2/3 of the novel is basically the escape and the person recovering and people making plans. And then there wasn't enough actual like fighting, and the actual final climax wasn't long enough for me. And the second thing that bothered me about this was that the final battle, 2 of the people that go are ex-Marines, and they make a very, very simple, dumb tactical error that just drove me up the effing wall. I was like, it's totally unbelievable. It took me out of the story, and I was like, what idiots. I did really enjoy it overall though, and this is the first time I've read this author, but I will definitely pick up more from them in the future. This is Without Blood, hilariously. This is by Alessandro Baricco, translated by Ann Goldstein. This one is so small, but it packs such a punch. This is following the Italian Civil War that followed World War II, where the people who were on opposite sides basically clashed, and the people that were on, obviously, the losing side were then punished for their war crimes. So this is following a family, and when it opens, it's a father, a son, and a daughter, and people have come to kill the whole family for the war crimes that the father has committed. And basically the daughter survives, and then it's her in the future meeting with one of the killers in a coffee shop. this is just a gift in a very small package. Highly recommend it if you can get your hands on it. I thought it was excellent, and the final chapter was such a quiet, perfect, full-circled chapter that the ending was just like beautiful, frankly. Okay, and now we come to the book, or the series, I should say, that blew my freaking mind, okay? This is the Mindfuck series by S.T. Abbey. Do not judge this series by the covers. The covers did this series wrong. Each novel is not the end of a book. It's basically just cut off, and then the next novel starts where the last one finished. So truly, I think that they should redesign this cover and make it one 630-page book. Anyway, getting ahead of myself, let me tell you what it's about. So we're following Lana, who is a survivor from something absolutely atrocious that was done to her in the past, and she is out to get revenge on the town that basically did everything they could to kill her, did kill her brother, did kill her family. She's been training and planning and plotting for 10 years. And when she goes to this town to start her murder spree, she accidentally runs into this guy who is investigating the beginning of her serial killing, and he happens to be an FBI agent. So this is shelved as dark romance on Goodreads, and I could not disagree more. Oh my god, take it off of that freaking shelf, please. This is absolutely thriller mystery. Absolute thriller. Like, I stayed up till 3 a.m. finishing this series. I was so goddamn hooked. It's so good. So, oh my god, like, the covers are so annoying to me because the main character, she is so focused on getting her revenge and ticking off the list of people that she needs to freaking kill and get revenge on. She's not worried about lingerie. She's not worried about dresses. She's not shy. She's not cowering in the corner, okay? The main character is a badass, lethal woman. Like, she doesn't give a fuck about what anyone else wants to do. She is gonna get her revenge. And let me tell you, some of the revenge, some of the scenes in this book are so gory, so dark, but so right. Like, once you realize what those people did to her and her loved ones. And I'm just sitting there, and like, by the time I was to the last book, basically the last 100 pages, I was like, get it, girl. And the ending was just so brilliant and so like mind-boggling good. I gave it 4.5 stars, okay? There are slight things that aren't perfect. There are a few instances of convenience, but other than that, I loved Lana, the main character. Like, she is probably my favorite character of the year so far. Oh yeah, also, you cannot see that end twist coming. What? I was like, say what now? Oh my god. So I'm just blown away by this series. I don't know why more people aren't talking about it. I think the cover and the dark romance like tag on Goodreads are basically squashing this absolutely gem of a bloody mystery thriller revenge novel. So if you like serial killers and you like revenge, this would be for you. She is lethal, dark, and I loved it. Loved it, loved it. Highly recommend if you can stomach that kind of violence. If you guys have made it this far, please leave a knife emoji down below. And thank you so much for watching. I hope that you guys pick up some of these books, and I will chat to you guys in another video soon. Bye!